I stare at the mood board pinned to my office wall. It is a mosaic of silk swatches dried lavender and a Polaroid of the Stonehaven estate. For 3 years, I saved every cent of my salary as a junior architect to afford that venue. Stonehaven isn't just a building. It's a glass-walled sanctuary overlooking the cliffs of the Pacific. It's where Liam proposed under a blood moon. It's the only place I ever pictured myself saying, I do. Liam walks in and wraps his arms around my waist. He smells like cedarwood and comfort. He's the steady anchor in my chaotic life, the man who stayed by my side while I built a career from nothing. We are 6 months away from our date. Everything is perfect. The invitations are drafted, the catering is locked in, and for the first time in my life, I feel like the main character. My phone buzzes on the desk. It's a text from my mother. Dinner at the house tonight. Big news from Chloe. My stomach does a familiar, uneasy flip. Chloe is my younger sister by 2 years. In our family, Chloe's big news usually involves a crisis that requires my bank account or a triumph that requires my silence. Growing up, I was the reliable one. Chloe was the sensitive one. That's family code for me being the footstool and her being the queen. I tell myself to be happy for her. She's been dating Marcus for exactly 4 months. He's a wealthy developer who treats her like a porcelain doll. I want her to find the stability I have with Liam. I want us to be happy together. But as I drive to my parents' house, a cold chill settles in my marrow. There's a specific look my mother gets when she's about to ask me to sacrifice something for Chloe. It's a look of pity masked as family unity. We sit around the heavy mahogany table. My mother has made her signature roast, but I can't eat. Chloe is glowing, her hand resting conspicuously on the table to show off a diamond that looks like a small glacier. Marcus looks smug. My father is pouring wine with a shaking hand. Something is wrong. The air is thick with a secret that tastes like copper. Maya, my mother starts, her voice sliding into that high melodic tone she uses when she's about to lie. You know how much Chloe has struggled. She finally found her soulmate. But Marcus's family, they have a very specific window for the wedding. They're moving to London in the fall. I put my fork down. The metal clatters against the china, a sharp, ugly sound. I look at Chloe. She won't meet my eyes. She's staring at her wine glass, her lower lip trembling just enough to look pathetic. I know this play. I've seen it 1,000 times. What does that have to do with me? I ask. My voice is steady, but my heart is a trapped bird fluttering against my ribs. My mother reaches across the table and covers my hand with hers. Her skin is cold. Stonehaven is fully booked for the next 2 years, Maya. But you have the prime Saturday in June. Chloe needs it. Marcus's family will pay you back for the deposit. It's just a venue, honey. You and Liam can get married anywhere. The room goes silent. I feel the blood drain from my face. They aren't asking. They've already decided. I look at Liam, who is staring at Marcus with a look of pure, unadulterated shock. I look back at my sister, the girl I shared a room with, the girl I protected from bullies, the girl who is now calmly trying to steal the one thing I built for myself. No, I say. The word feels like a stone in my mouth. Maya, don't be selfish. My father snaps. This is the pivot. If the sweetness doesn't work, they use the guilt. Chloe is pregnant. She needs to be settled before the baby comes. You're already established. You can wait another year. The world tilts on its axis. Pregnant. The ultimate trump card. Chloe looks up then, a small, triumphant smirk ghosting across her lips before she hides it behind a lace handkerchief. I realized then that my sister didn't just want a wedding. She wanted my wedding. She wanted the venue I'd spent years dreaming about because she couldn't stand me having something she didn't. That was the moment everything changed. The next 3 days are a blur of gaslighting. My mother calls me every hour to tell me I'm tearing the family apart. My father sends me an itemized list of everything they've ever done for me, as if my childhood was a loan they're now calling in. Chloe sends me Pinterest boards of rustic barns that are more my style than Stonehaven. I feel invisible. I am a ghost in my own life, watching my family plan a wedding on the bones of my dreams. Liam wants to fight them, but I tell him to wait. I need to see how far they'll go. I need to know if there is a single shred of loyalty left in the people who raised me. I visit the Stonehaven estate office. The manager, Sarah, looks at me with deep sympathy. She's a professional, but she's also a human. She tells me that my mother called her, pretending to be me, and tried to authorize a transfer of the contract. She had all your details, Maya, Sarah whispers. I told her I needed a notarized signature, but she was very insistent that I had changed my mind and wanted the wedding moved to Chloe's name. The betrayal is a physical weight. My own mother tried to commit fraud to give my sister my wedding. I stand in the middle of the glass ballroom, looking out at the cliffs. I had imagined the white lilies here. I had imagined my first dance. Now, all I see is a crime scene. Give it to them, I say. Sarah blinks. I'm sorry. Transfer the booking to Chloe. I repeat. My voice is cold, dead. But don't tell them I authorized it yet. Let them think they won. Let them think they bullied me into submission. Sarah looks confused, but she nods. She doesn't see the fire starting behind my eyes. I am an architect. I know how to build things, but I also know where the load-bearing walls are. I know exactly which pillars to pull down to make the whole structure collapse. I go home and tell my family I've given in. The relief in the room is nauseating. Chloe hugs me, smelling of expensive perfume and deceit. I knew you'd understand. Maya, you're the best big sister. My mother beams at me, finally proud of her daughter for the first time in years, because I finally sacrificed my happiness for her favorite child. I watch them plan. I sit through dinners where they discuss the flowers I chose, the menu I curated, the music I picked. Chloe isn't even changing the theme. She's stepping into my life like a hermit crab into a stolen shell. She thinks I'm defeated. She thinks I'm the same girl who gave her my favorite dolls because she cried loud enough. They think I won't fight back. They have no idea what I've been doing in the late hours of the night. While Chloe is busy picking out a veil that looks suspiciously like the one I bookmarked, I am making phone calls. I am not calling florists. I am calling the high-end boutiques in the city. I am calling the luxury travel agencies. See, Stonehaven is part of a massive luxury resort complex. The wedding venue is one thing, but the cerulean suite is another. It's the most exclusive honeymoon suite on the coast. It has its own private infinity pool, a 360-degree view of the ocean, and a price tag that makes people wince. It's usually booked years in advance, but I know the owner. He's a former client. I designed his vacation home in Aspen. I find out that Marcus, in his arrogance, assumed the suite would be available for their wedding night as part of the package. He didn't realize that the suite is managed under a separate corporate entity. He hadn't booked it yet. He was waiting for the right moment to surprise Chloe. I book it. I book it for the entire week of their wedding. I pay the non-refundable deposit in full. But I don't stop there. I start digging into Marcus, a man who moves that fast, who is that eager to pay off a sister-in-law to keep his pregnant fiancé happy, usually has something to hide. I hire a private investigator with the money Marcus reimbursed me for the venue deposit. It feels poetic, using his own money to dismantle his life. The reports start coming in 2 weeks before the wedding. Marcus isn't a developer. He's a middle manager with a massive mountain of debt and a penchant for gambling. The family moving to London story? It's a lie. He's dodging a lawsuit. And the pregnancy? I see a photo of Chloe at a bar, downed 3 tequila shots when she thought no one was looking. They are two frauds building a castle on sand, and I am about to bring the tide in. The week of the wedding arrives. The tension in my house is palpable, but for the first time, I am calm. I am the eye of the storm. I help Chloe with her hair. I listen to my mother gush about how it all worked out in the end. I smile when my father tells me he's glad I grew up and put family first. I have a surprise for the wedding night. Chloe whispers to me as we get our nails done. Marcus says he has the cerulean suite. It's going to be the most romantic night of my life. I just feel so bad you won't have that, Maya. Don't worry about me, Chloe, I say, filing my nail to a sharp point. I think everyone is going to get exactly what they deserve. The day of the wedding is a masterpiece of irony. I walk into Stonehaven and see my vision executed for another woman. The white lilies, the silk runners, the soft amber lighting. It's beautiful. It's heartbreaking. But I don't cry. I feel a strange, clinical detachment. I am a guest at my own dream. The ceremony is short. Marcus looks nervous, sweating through his tuxedo. Chloe looks like a princess, albeit a smug one. When the officiant asks if anyone has any objections, my heart hammers. I stay silent. The revenge isn't for the ceremony. The revenge is for the life they tried to build on my ruins. The reception begins. The wine flows. My parents are basking in the glow of the perfect family. I wait until the toasts. This is the moment. The room is quiet. The guests are attentive. My father stands up to speak about his beautiful, honest daughter. I stand up too. I'd like to say a few words, I say, stepping toward the microphone. My mother gives me a panicked look, but it's too late. I have the floor. I wanted to give my sister a wedding gift. I start, my voice projecting to the back of the hall. Because family is everything, right? That's what you taught me, Mom, Dad. I look at Chloe. She looks confused, a little wary. I know how much the cerulean suite meant to you, Chloe. Marcus told you he booked it. But the thing about Marcus is he's not very good with details, or finances, or the truth. A murmur ripples through the room. Marcus turns a sickly shade of gray. I have the keys to the suite, I say, holding up the gold key card, because I booked it months ago, and I'm not giving it to you. In fact, Liam and I will be heading there right after this. It's funny, Chloe, you stole my venue, so I took your honeymoon. It seemed like a fair trade. Chloe's face contorts. You can't do that. Marcus, tell her. Marcus can't tell me anything, I say, my voice dropping an octave. Mostly because he's too busy wondering how he's going to pay back the $300,000 he owes his investors in London. Or perhaps he's wondering why I have a folder in my car with medical records showing there was never a baby to begin with. The silence that follows is deafening. It's the sound of a family shattering. My mother stands up, her face flushed with rage. Maya, how could you? This is your sister's wedding day, and it was supposed to be mine. I scream back. The mask finally slips. The 3 years of saving, the months of gaslighting, the decades of being the reliable doormat, it all comes pouring out. You stole from me. You lied to me. You treated me like a second-class citizen in my own family because I was strong enough to handle it. Well, I'm done being strong for you. I look at the guests. Enjoy the cake. It's vanilla with raspberry filling. I chose it 3 months ago. I turn and walk out. Liam is already at the door, holding my coat. He doesn't say a word. He doesn't need to. He saw the folder. He saw the truth. He's the only one who ever truly saw me. As we walk toward the elevators, I hear the screaming start. Chloe is shrieking at Marcus. My father is yelling at my mother. The perfect illusion is dead. The glass house has shattered, and I'm the only one who didn't get cut by the shards. We reach the cerulean suite. The The doors open to a view that takes my breath away. The ocean is vast, dark, and beautiful. The private pool is glowing blue. There are rose petals on the bed, petals meant for a bride who didn't exist. I walk to the balcony and breathe in the salt air. My phone is blowing up. Texts from my mother calling me a monster. Texts from Chloe telling me she hates me. I look at each one, and then, one by one, I block them. I block them all. I feel light. I feel heavy. I feel like I've just survived a plane crash, and I'm standing on the runway, watching the wreckage burn. I lost my parents. I lost my sister. I lost the version of myself that would do anything to make them love me. But as Liam joins me on the balcony, handing me a glass of champagne, I realize I didn't lose anything that was actually mine. You can't lose what was never truly there. The wedding downstairs will continue for a few more hours, a hollow celebration of a marriage that's already over. But up here in the suite they tried to take, there is only peace. I am no longer the victim. I am no longer the reliable daughter. I am a woman who knows her worth. And I am a woman who finally has a home that isn't built on someone else's lies. I look out at the horizon, where the sea meets the sky. It's a long way down, but I'm not afraid of falling anymore. I've already hit the bottom, and I found out I could fly. Sometimes losing your family is the price of finding yourself.